Welcome to So Very Easy. My name is Laura, and it is time to get Checkmate quilted. This has been a follow along for this year, and I do want to get it quilted. All of the quilt has a lot of very straight angles. There's nothing smooth about it. So I do want to keep those sharp angles. So I'm going to be doing ruler work and a lot of echo quilting, but it's all going to be very straight. So let me show you what I'm going to be using and how I'm going to do it. And I do hope you join me as I try to figure out as I go along how to quilt Checkmate. So the quilt's about 73 inches. It's a very good size. And because of that, I do want a thin batting. So I am going to be using Hobbs Premium Batting. It's a nice thin batting. It's an 80-20, so it really is going to not only quilt well, but wear well. And you can see that we do have a lot of very straight angles. So what I want to do is I'm going to quilt each color with its own thread. The gray will use gray thread, the black, and the white. And that way, the thread is not going to distract from the pattern. It's going to highlight the pattern. I'm also going to be doing echo quilting, which means I'm going to start with a 1/4 inch around the shapes and then even possibly do a shape within. So to do that, I'm going to be able to use any straight ruler and my ruler foot. When I put that ruler down and the ruler foot goes over, it gives me automatically a 1/4 inch, and that's how the ruler feet work. But I do have a little accessory that I can change this size. And they are called Echo Quilting Clips. So we're going to take the regular ruler foot, and we have these little round discs, and those discs are going to snap right on that foot. So it is giving us a larger surface. I'm still going to go beside that ruler, but instead of doing a 1/4 inch, I do have different options. So for the first row of quilting, I will be able to do a 1/4 inch. From there, I'm going to be able to pop on one of these different sizes and now do a larger space. So I'm going to be able to do 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, and 1 inch. I have oiled my machine, I have changed the needle, and for the bobbin, I am going to use just a black thread so that it blends with this background fabric. So let's start with that center. So for these longer shapes, I'm going to trace over top of them and then echo a little piece in the center. I'm using the ruler foot combination. I'm able to put the ruler right along the seam. The difference between the ruler and that needle is a 1/4 inch. Once I hit that seam, I know I'm at the 1/4 inch mark. I'm going to be able to switch the ruler and I don't have to move the quilt. I did mark it, but you do not have to. You can stop and use that foot to help you. So you can see we end up with that foot on each side. I'm going to move that ruler and stitch up. It's still right along that seam. And stitch until that foot hits that seam. And you can always move that fabric underneath to make sure that that seam is straight. And I've hit that mark. Now I'm going to go until my starting point. So that's that first 1/4 inch. So from here, if I wanted to do another 1/4 inch, I'm going to put the ruler right along that seam. That will give me an additional 1/4 inch. Or I can pop on one of these. I'm going to be stopping this time on the edge of that little insert. So I'm going to stitch, and that 1/4 inch seam is right there. Now stitch up. I want both edges along that seam line. Go back up. You can see now where I'm getting that larger space. So the first little one is that 1/4 inch. And then this is a lot bigger. And between this and the ruler, that's all I'm going to use. So here you can see I went around a 1/4 inch. And then by putting this on, you can see where I was able to do that inside. So I did it for the white, the gray, the black, and then for the red border, I just did that 1/4 inch along both sides. So for the flying geese, I am going to go around the flying geese and then have a line down the center. But I want to do it without stopping my thread. So I'm going to start at the one end. I'm going to start here, go down, over, and then come in. So I'm going to do that one side first. And I'm going to go all the way, and then I'm going to come back, and I'm going to cross right over, and then go all the way back up. When I hit this point, I'm going to do a straight line all the way down and keep going to the other side. The black thread really blends well, but I did have a stitch coming down the center, and that way there was not too much space in here. I did that outside here, and then using that, I did another triangle inside. For the white, I'm going to go just around these little triangles. Once again, this is just going to emphasize these shapes. It's not blending anything together. So for the log cabin, I'm continuing that same technique by using that ruler. And this time, I am going to stitch just around the outside. So I'm not doing all of these individual pieces. So it's going to look like that step, one square in the center, and the same for the dark. I'm going around the outside. And that's going to be for these single blocks. The double block is going to be very similar. I'm going around the shapes and then do a triangle right in the center. So I'm using a center line. So it's going to come down. I'm going to rotate and go over. I do have this red border. I'm going to treat it the way I did the first one. I'm going to do a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to go all the way around. To keep the same look, I'm going to shadow quilt my borders. The first one is doing that 1/4 inch. The second one, I'm going to pop that foot back on. You can see where this is now coming into the center. There's no measuring involved. I just have one straight edge, and I have used that 3/4 inch little piece. For the rest of the quilt, I did the same thing. I did the echo, so I have the 1/4 inch, and I filled in if the piece was too big. For the border, I considered this one piece, and I went all the way around. Same with the whites. I considered them one piece, went all the way around. The reds, and so on. And for the final border, I just put one line through the gray, one line through the white, then 2 rows of stitching along the black. So on the back, we now see all of these wonderful straight lines. So my checkmate is now done. All I have to do is put the binding on, and I will be putting a red binding on just to continue that border look. Now, by using thread that matches the fabric, you don't see the quilting as much, and that's exactly what I wanted. I didn't want to blend the colors together. I didn't want to soften the look of the quilt. I really wanted those bold colors to stand on their own. And by matching the threads and highlighting them, we just have beautiful texture, and it's not blended together. And thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and I do have a newsletter. It's all free under So Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a so-tacular day. Bye for now.